Hi. Well, the last video I did was when I had bleach soaked in my roots and I started doing my actual dye process. And because I'm really kind of crappy at editing video, I didn't want to start the video with the process of my doing the hair in the back. Now, a lot of times I actually start in the front and I section it off and different things, but for the sake of time, I actually started the dye process from the back because I wanted to do a taping today. Maybe I would finish the dyeing while I was taping. So that's what I thought I would do. And if I make any funny faces, it's because I have to use my webcam here in lieu of a mirror. And I'm going to try not to get the dye all over the place, which always happens, you know. Oh, jeez. And you know what's always weird about this, just like with any kind of mirror, the reverse image, it just totally messes with my head. And you know what? I didn't even bring the damn mirror with me. And that really, I make myself so angry because I'm going to end up getting, if I use one of these mirrors here, I'm going to end up getting dye all over the place. So, alrighty. It must be a luxury to go and pay somebody else to dye your own hair, but since I went to school for this crap, I cannot see paying somebody else to do what I spent good tuition money to learn how to do. So, and I cut and color my mother's hair also, because her hairdresser retired, and my mother has a very short, almost butch haircut, and her hair dye is like this red color. And so, if you ever seen my mom before, I do her hair. She doesn't look anything like me. I've been trying to talk her into getting her hair longer, but the person has a right to have their hair the way they want. But anyway, if you are curious as to what colors I use, I don't use just one color. I'm mixing here a combination of, what's the name of this, Sparks brand, a real pale pink, which I mix with a color they call Purple Passion. But the thing that I don't like about this Purple Passion is it actually looks more plum than it looks purple, and a lot of times the first couple of weeks after I dye my hair, it almost looks blue-black. And it's bad enough when, with digital photography, purple comes out looking blue sometimes, which is so confounding. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I started adjusting the color on my webcam thinking the problem was with the webcam. And it turned out that there's an actual thing involving the color spectrum that when you do digital photography, a lot of purple things tend to show up blue. And I actually, because I found this out when I did a search query, and I learned this. It is a thing. And so now, as a result, when I use my webcam, which is the only camera I have for filming, it doesn't show other colors absolutely perfectly, which is why I haven't done more in the way of makeup tutorials and things. But as I get access to better equipment, I'm sure I will venture along those lines, because obviously makeup and hair care and beauty and stuff is very important to me. So, but I don't know about you guys, I was so sick and tired of seeing all those roots and having people come up to me asking me if I was giving up the purple or something, which would not happen. I have been purple more years than I would like to admit I've been alive, okay? And I always prefer doing my own hair, including cutting and trimming, which I really kind of don't like putting scissors to my hair anyway. But the reason why I don't go and get my hair cut by other people is because first year I was in California, I decided to go to a cosmetology school to get a reduced price haircut, because since I'd gone to beauty school, I figured, why not trust beauty school students, right? And the student who worked on me, she put my hair up in sections, and she took them down. She recut the quote-unquote guideline. And long story short, she cut 6 inches off my hair. And I'm not the kind of person who wants short hair for herself. And even though 6 inches didn't really seem to take a whole lot off, but I felt pretty well traumatized by the experience, and ever since then, I have not trusted anybody else to cut my hair. And normally I would have bangs and I would be trimming them, but the last time I had my hair in the cornrow braids, I let my bangs grow out because I also had green bangs and a couple green streaks in the front because I'm a fan of typo negative, so I had like a 5-year phase where I had a little bit of green in my hair. Anyway, because my hair was in braids, it was easier just to let those bangs grow out. And now, after I do my purple back again, I'm thinking about possibly putting the braids back in because I really love cornrow braids and loose braids. And I've been putting braids in my hair since I was 15 years old. And I'm the kind of person that I don't care, well, I do care what culture something came from. In that, it's good to know about styles. But I truly believe, if you love something, if it's beautiful, and you're an artist type especially, you have every right to express yourself any way you want to and wear things if you find them beautiful. And I cannot imagine anybody finding offense to you incorporating aspects of their cultural style if you find it beautiful and if you're sincere. And where I live, there are lots of people from different nationalities, and almost everybody seems to be very gracious and honored if you find inspiration in their beauty and you incorporate some of it into your style. If I wear more beads and more scarves on things, and there's a Hindu population here in my town, and they are so wonderful. They'll actually bring their little kids up to me to meet me and stuff. And something really cool happened the other day. The gypsy up the street, her grandson, found my YouTube channel, and he was telling his grandma and different people, oh, that lady, Leathur Rokk, she's on YouTube. And I got a real kick out of that, because kids can be very sincere and very sweet, and they tend to be much more unfiltered than adults, except for drunk adults. Anyway, I get asked a lot of times about the process. Now, as I told you, if you saw my previous video, in the bleach that I apply only to the roots, you never want to overlap bleach to pre-bleached hair because you're asking for breakage right there. And especially if you're a person like myself that takes care to cultivate the real long hair, you don't want to do things to damage it. Now, these dyes that I'm applying, they're basically vegetable-based dyes that are combined with hair conditioner. So this itself is not dangerous at all. Matter of fact, when I put it in, I soak it in my hair, I put plastic over it, and I leave it on hours. I mean, like if this was late at night, I would leave it in, I would put a plastic bag in it, and I would sleep in it. The scalp heat gets trapped by the plastic, and it cooks this dye into your hair. Now, if I wanted to take a little bit more time, I would have actually processed my hair with a neutral henna, and I'll show you what that is. This here is neutral henna. Now, this isn't the kind of stuff that gave me the bad reaction on my eyebrows that time. I have not hennaed my eyebrows since. Anyhow, that wasn't even pure henna. That had really bad chemicals in it that often give allergic reactions anyway. PPD is what causes the reaction, and it bothers a lot of people actually, and you sure shouldn't be having that on your face near the eyes. Anyway, but if you want to make this dye last even longer, you can process your hair with neutral henna after the bleaching. And the henna, what that does is it thickens the hair shaft, it strengthens the hair shaft, and it gives the dye something to hold on to. And especially if your hair is really porous. If you've been bleaching it for years and you're using heat appliances sometimes, and if you do the teasing, which I love to do, that is going to roughen up the cuticle layer of your hair. And that can make your hair so porous that the dye will cover your hair, but after you shampoo a couple times, the hair dye will leach out because it's so porous. And in those cases, you want to add some kind of a filler to the hair to give it something to grab onto. And there's lots of products that you can use to do that. Some people actually use a toner first, a dye that they put in the hair, and then they put the dye in. But because I don't want to muddy up the color, especially considering all these other shades of purple that I'm using, because I don't want to have a kind of dye job that you could just get a wig that looks like that. This is complicated enough that just any person is not going to be able to replicate this. Because if I wanted a whole bunch of carbon copies of Leathur Rokk, then after a while there, how can you tell who's a leader and who's a follower if everybody ends up looking alike? So the kind of dye job I have, it's a little bit complicated because I've got at least 4 different shades of purple, plus the ones that I mix. So you're going to end up with this rainbowy kind of, what do they call it? Some people call it unicorn effect. Some people call it mermaid hair. So the only way you can come up with this effect is to use a bunch of different colors. And then as you wash it, it does lift eventually, but because I soak it in so long, and as a matter of fact, another way to make your hair dye last longer when you do this process, when you put the plastic over it, when your dye is still wet, apply some heat to it, and that will help to bake in the color also. Now, not all dyes are safe for applying heat to, and especially these peroxide bleaches that you put on first, you never want to apply heat to them because you're asking for hair to break. You don't want to use metal when you're stirring them because you get reactions there because metal and peroxide do not mix. A lot of this is basic beauty school chemistry, and that beauty school chemistry has served me well throughout my life. And it's good to learn from other people's mistakes, but I've been dyeing my hair since high school, really. I mean, back when I didn't know the real way to do things, I would mix food coloring with hair conditioner and paint it in my bleached blonde hair, and that's what I did when I was a kid. But after I graduated high school and I went to beauty school, they taught us real ways of doing things, and then there's continuing education that you go through in your life. And when I was in California, I did hair for my punk rocker and metalhead friends, as well as my own. But one thing, though, when I was in beauty school that I did kind of learn was, as much as I enjoy doing the hair on myself and stuff, I really didn't get as much gratification doing it for other people, partly because when you're doing hair for other people, you're limited by what they want you to do. Obviously, I mean, the person's not going to go let you do whatever that they don't like. So your creativity is limited by what they'll let you get away with. But if you are a showbiz type, for instance, like myself, if you do films, television, rock videos, dancing, and I've been in a lot of films and TV shows in big parts. I mean, I'm nobody famous. If I was famous, I wouldn't have 151 subs. I'd have a whole of a lot more of a following on YouTube than that. As of this moment, I'm still a nobody, like everybody else. I hope I don't come across as highfalutin because I really don't want to seem like that. But I really always wanted to use my skills so that I could control my image, and so that they wouldn't, as I became more successful in my career, they wouldn't be giving me stylists that are going to try to change me into something that I'm not. Because I don't think too many people really like to be changed against their will, and I don't think too many people like to make those kind of compromises. I sure as hell don't. Anyways, you can see this is the process, and you do want to make sure, by the way, that your gloves don't have rips in them. I can't tell you how many times I took the rubber gloves off only to still have purple fingers. You would have thought that I had just gotten from voting in one of those Middle Eastern countries where they identify the people who's voted by the ink stains on their fingers or something. So, but this is what I do, what I have to deal with every time I redo my hair, and I really am not proud of how long I let my roots go in between doing my hair this time. I don't have a good excuse except I was lazy. I'm not proud of that, especially when I'm going out to a club and everything, and I want to look my best just like anybody would. But when you're having your roots are out here, the only good thing about it, as you can see, show people, look, I don't have any gray. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I'm just saying, I minimize how much I use heat stuff on my hair. I mean, I love the crimping iron, but sometimes if I don't mind my natural between wave and curl pattern I have, I'll just go to bed with a wet head, and your hair is going to be nice and kind of curly, and I do that sometimes. But when I tease my hair up, I often crimp it first, and then I keep it teased for like a couple of weeks at a time, because oftentimes that's when I'm going to lots of clubs, and I do like to have a consistent heavy metal image, you know. But anyway, this is the process, and the trick is to not wear too much of it, but I always do. And it's good to not get it all over the woodwork in the house and the sinks and everything. And it seems to me no matter how much newspaper I have to protect surfaces, I always end up getting dye everywhere. And I get it on the landline phone because I don't have a cell phone. Yes, some people actually still have landlines. And no, I don't have a rotary phone, if anybody's going to be a wise guy. Even though I do remember them, and I love them. I'm much more of an analog than digital girl. I like a pen and paper. Oh, look at all this dye. All this needs to be dyed. I carry pen and paper with me, and I feel quite naked without it. But man, I was sick and tired of my roots. Hopefully, now I don't think there's anything good club-wise this weekend, but I think, yeah, next weekend there are some things going on, and I definitely want to have decent hair for that. Whether it's teased up or whether I got some braids and beads going, I can't say for sure, because I'm really thinking I would like to do the braids again. That's part of the reason why I never took down the braids picture from my header on my YouTube channel. Now, the only reason why I don't have text on that is because I haven't learned how to do it yet. I'm so low tech, I'm kind of ashamed. But you know what? I've got so many things on my plate right now, from songwriting to trying to get better at that guitar of mine. And I pretty much do suck, because like I said in last video I did, I wasted too many years worrying about growing my nails and all that. And you can't have long nails and play guitar. And if I could go back in time, I would bitch slap the hell out of my younger self and say, what the hell are you worrying about long nails for? You already know a couple chords, learn some more. The poetry that you're writing is actually songs. But I didn't know that, and I was real pig-headed and stubborn back then like I am now. Oh, gee, I'm wearing it, see? But if you're looking for a sign from the universe that you should stop growing your nails and you should pick up guitar, this is your sign. If you're looking for a sign from the universe that maybe drinking is making you stupid and maybe you should quit, because I also want to tell you, I'm living proof that a future without alcohol is not dreary. It's safe, it's smart, and it gives you a lot to laugh at when you go to clubs and you see all the doofuses out there that are drunk off their asses and are really behaving badly. And it feels great to wake up and not have a hangover, and it feels great knowing that when I go out, I'm probably not going to do anything stupid. Personal responsibility feels real good. And if you're a woman, you're a lot safer. And I'm all for backing up my sisters, that we oftentimes have physical disadvantages and we have to think about our safety. And the more aware you are of your surroundings, the safer you are. And responsibility is a good thing. And being safe and taking care of yourself and protecting your health and your safety and those of people around you is a real important thing. So, yeah, I don't drink anymore. I mean, I really don't miss it. as far as the chemicals, you know, I had my fun, but I quit all that shit 3 years before I quit drinking. So I've been clean a long time, aside from the pot, which I don't think counts because that's an herb, and frankly that helps with pain issues, helps to keep me calm, helps me to not want to punch some people in the face that I would otherwise really like to hit, you know, because people do piss me off, and I'm sure you could say the same. But yeah, I don't mess with drugs and alcohol because I like having a clear head and I like being responsible, and I like not doing stupid things like fall asleep with hair bleach and have it all break off, which has happened to some friends of mine before in Hollywood. So yeah, alcohol is no good, it rots your brain. But now you have an idea of some of what it takes to be Leathur Rokk. It's a labor of love. If I was in California, believe me, I wouldn't have let my roots go out to there. I'd probably do my hair every month and a half when I'm there. But in Atlantic City, New Jersey, not nearly as much happens, and so I get a little lazy sometimes. Anyway, this is what I do. Now I'm going to tie this up. I'm going to put a plastic bag on it, and then take this stuff off, which is I'm wearing long sleeves so I don't get dye all over myself. And this shirt on top of the shirt is actually to protect my George W. Bush presidential inauguration shirt, because that has sentimental value to me, and that way the sleeves can end up looking kind of tie-dye. So that's another thing I do with hair dye residue. I go ahead and rub it on some white clothes that I don't mind giving that tie-dye look, because it's another way to use something that would otherwise go to waste. Okay, I think we've gone on enough. I think you got the idea. I'm going to close this. As usual, you know how to hit the subscribe button and that bell notification thingy. After you subscribe, which I'm sure you're going to want to, I hope you're going to want to, hit the subscribe and hit the bell notification thing, and you'll find out when my next upload is. Until we meet again, this is Leathur Rokk. Take care of yourself. Have fun. Don't drink or do drugs. Smoke a lot of weed. And when you do hair like me, this is how you do it. Talk to you soon. Bye.